Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to review the first episode of the Seven Deadly Sins anime. I'm in a different spot, as you can clearly see. I'm not in my usual recording spot. I used to have a bunk bed in here, and the ladder to get onto the top bunk had like flat steps, so I'd put the camera on that. It would be perfectly level and everything, and the lighting was hitting me really well, and that was my spot. But we got rid of the bunk bed, so the ladder has nothing to like hold its. You can't hold up the ladder, so have to find a new spot to put the camera. And right now I've got it in a good spot. I think this is where it's at right now, is a good spot, but the lighting's a little weak, so I'll work on that. But it'll probably be like this for a couple videos, because I'm going to record a couple more videos today. But yeah, as far as Seven Deadly Sins goes, the point of the video, it was a good first episode. See, I read the manga, just a little bit of it, because I saw the art style and I was like, oh, this looks kind of like Dragon Ball, and I like the look of the dude's little sword hilt. I mean, I only saw pictures, so I saw like his dragon sword hilt, and the style looked like Dragon Ball. So I was like, I'll give it a couple of chapters, see how it is. And I liked it, but then the anime got announced. I mean, I read like maybe 6 or 9, I don't know which, but I read around that many chapters, and then I kind of fell off of it for a while, and I was gonna get back into it. But then I heard the anime was coming out, and I was like, you know what, the anime's announced, I'll wait for the anime. I like anime more than manga, kind of, because they're anime that just fuck up the manga completely, and I don't like that. But if it's a good anime adaptation, I'll usually like it better than the manga version, and yeah, so I waited for the anime, and here it is, and it was a really good episode. The basic story is that it's like a medieval fantasy type world, and you have this princess who goes out to find the Seven Deadly Sins, each one being a member of this little group. They were knights, and what ends up happening is you find out that they were apparently going to be traitors, and they were attacked and banished or whatever. You see their wanted posters, they're big criminals, but what it seems to be is that, no, they're not the criminals. The holy knights that work in the government are the criminals, and they're trying to start war or whatever, so she wants to find the Seven Deadly Sins for help because they're strong. Very similar to Fairy Tail. Not the plot or anything, not that setup, but this first episode is very similar to Fairy Tail because you have female character who wants to find, in this case find, and in Fairy Tail's case it was join. I guess you have to have seen Fairy Tail to know what I'm talking about, but they're very similar, like I was saying. Female character that wants to find/join a certain group that's infamous. They meet one of them without realizing it. Then later on, when shit hits the fan, it's revealed with Natsu in Fairy Tail. He took off the coat, and you saw the mark on the arm. With Meliodas, it's his coat got, not his coat, his shirt got torn, and you see the dragon symbol. It's even dragon related, which is the same as Natsu from Fairy Tail. So it's an extremely similar introduction, pretty much identical, aside from, she doesn't want to join them, she wants to just find them for help. Very Dragon Ball art style. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, it looks like Dragon Ball, but then you see the dude with the mustache, and I'm like, oh, that is Akira Toriyama right there. It's not by Akira Toriyama, but this guy definitely took inspiration when he wrote this manga from Dragon Ball's art style. And, yeah, as far as the characters go, the princess, she's okay. I mean, she's kind of overly emotional, but I think that's just because this is the first episode, and she kind of had to lay it all on the table, what's going on. Hopefully she doesn't cry at the drop of a hat, because that'd be kind of annoying. You got the little pig, who is kind of funny. I didn't expect it to have that voice. For some reason, I just imagined a more, I don't know what kind of voice I imagined when I read the first few chapters in the manga. More of a motherly, well, I thought it'd be a girl, for one. I think they said it was a boy. I'm not entirely sure on that. But yeah, it's cute, whatever. And then Meliodas, he's cool. He's an okay character. He's not super original, but he's a pervert, but I like his style. He's not the over-the-top fucking nosebleed bullshit that I really don't like. He kind of has just this, like, I'm gonna cop a feel, yeah, grope, and then he's like, oh, your heart rate's fine, don't worry about it. I'm like, you sly motherfucker. So he's funny. His sword hilt that has, like, no blade is badass. You see this fucking dude, the Dragon Ball looking dude with the no eyebrows, and he just does this cut and this whole forest gets split. I'm like, yo, damn. Animation's great, by the way. We get introduced to who I think is a holy knight at the end of the episode as well. He had like pinkish red hair or something. Don't really know much about him. But Yeah, it was a good beginning. I do want to see these other characters in the opening, which happens almost at the end of the episode, which is kind of weird. We see like this one giant chick. I remember seeing her in the manga, but there's those other two with them. I don't know anything about them, but they're probably other Saiyans because they're going to be trying to gather them all together to fight the kingdom. I'm assuming. I forget if the princess's dad was alive. I think he's in prison. I don't remember. There's all this conspiracy stuff going on, but it's definitely interesting. I want to see what happened with the Seven Deadly Sins, because it seems like they were probably betrayed and just thrown out. They weren't the traitors. They were the ones who were betrayed, so that'll be interesting. And what else happened? Oh, I'm still looking... I'm looking forward to this scene. I'm not going to spoil anything for people who haven't read the manga, but there's a scene really early on involving a spear. And that shit was epic as fuck, so I'm waiting for them to animate that, but, let's see, what else happened? Pretty much it. Oh, the funny scene where the pig comes out in the armor, that was really funny. The giant pig that the fucking bar is sitting on, that's really cool. I knew about that from the manga, but it was kind of sucky that they showed it in the opening before it actually happened in the episode. Because like I said, they do the opening, like, more than halfway in, and then they cut back to the episode, and then it's over. It would have been cool if they didn't show the pig in the opening, but I know that's how they travel and everything, but interesting that it was completely CGI. It was kind of awkward for some reason. Like, I was watching the first episode of World Trigger, which I'm not going to review, but it was Toei Animation, who I really like, so I gave it a shot. It was a Shonen Jump manga. And it was alright, but the CGI for, like, I think they call them neighbors or something. The CGI on the creatures that came out, those white creatures with like the yellow, that looked okay. You know, I thought it worked. For some reason, the pig in this kind of stood out to me for some reason. It just, I don't know, but it's fine overall. It's not a big deal. And the opening it's okay, whatever. I don't think we really have an ending for the series yet. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I have to say. I thought it was really good. I like the characters so far. The humor is definitely refreshing. It's not like the most generic humor I've ever seen. Because, I mean, sometimes, you know, humor can be funny, but sometimes you just see the same jokes over and over in anime and manga. Like, you know, pervert character, nosebleed, you grab a boob, you get punched. It's like the same jokes over and over in certain series. So I'm glad that in this series it's a little bit different. Oh, that heartbeat joke, he played that off nicely. That was good. And I'm waiting for that scene that's coming up probably like maybe the next episode or the third possibly. But yeah, I might read the manga. I'll see how the anime goes because I know this is the same studio. I think it's the same studio as Blue Exorcist, and I don't think the Blue Exorcist anime finished adapting the manga, but I'm not sure on that. I don't know much about it. And I think they also do Fairy Tail, and Fairy Tail has no blood, so I was a little worried, but this show does have blood, so that's, you know, good. So sometimes anime from Shonen gets censored like that. Toriko. I like the Toriko anime, but that was, you know, completely gone, really, the blood. Oh my god, whatever, I'm not talking about Toriko, the anime's already done and everything, but, yeah. Anyways, I dragged this on long enough. I like the episode. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Thought it was an above good, but not quite great episode. Like I said, likable characters, interesting story setup, good animation, so yeah. Oh, and the music was fine. Nothing super memorable, but it wasn't bad or anything. It didn't stand out. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of the first episode of Seven Deadly Sins, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.